In the eyes of Twingate CEO Tony Huie, only one company in the world has successfully implemented the cybersecurity approach of the future: Google. After a series of cyberattacks by Chinese hackers in 2009, the tech giant built from scratch a zero-trust security system. Instead of giving users access to Google's internal services based on the network, in some cases, a virtual private network, or VPN, to which they connected, the approach authenticates users' identities and devices. Twingate hopes to help more companies follow Google's path, and the rise of remote work has offered early promise to its idea. On Thursday, the Redwood City, California-based startup announced a $42 million raise led by bond capital that valued it at $400 million. The Series B round includes participation from existing backers VC, SignalFire and Jeffrey Katzenberg's WndrCo, which together incubated the startup 3 years ago. Bonds J. Simons becomes a board observer, but the company's board remains limited to 2 seats. Huie and WndrCo managing partner Sujay Jaswa: "I think about it as keeping it tight and nimble, particularly for a company of our stage. Board construction is something you build over time," Huie says. Zero trust has a simple premise, says Huie. Should this user, on this device, with this context about them, be able to access whatever they're trying to access? When he and co-founders Alex Marshall and Lior Rozner were brainstorming the company in 2019, the concept had already been around for decades. Hundreds of IT and security experts they spoke to were largely in agreement that this was the future of cybersecurity. But building the tech to support the concept is easier said than done. Google spent 4 years and, by my estimation, probably hundreds of millions of dollars to build an internal solution, Huie says. Twingate offers the first steps to help companies set up a zero-trust system, foremost by removing the need for users to connect to VPNs. Instead, the software checks for the identity of a user based on markers, for example, the device being used, IP address and location, and integrations with verification apps like Okta and OneLogin. The predominant way companies have thought about securing themselves is to assume everyone's in an office and invest in infrastructure to make the office environment bulletproof, Huie says. VPNs did not figure heavily into that thinking, but a shift to remote work has necessitated more employees connecting to their company's network from home, making the user experience clunkier, and increasingly prone to cyber attacks.